one day. Yeah, but we're gonna own that one day. By the ferry. We're gonna own that one day. You see all of that? All of that is for sale. You just gotta be smart enough. All of that. Every single last one of them. All of that is for sale. You just gotta be smart enough to realize how to channel the funds to do what you want to do. What's going on, guys? So there was something on my mind, and I thought, I'd make a video about it. I'm right by the ferry, but I noticed something because I had my hand in, multiple things. And one thing that I noticed that a lot of people don't really take note of or basically realize is if you're in a position of leadership, right? And you're basically leading, a crew, you're leading whatever it is that you're doing. Like, let's say if you're a manager that's taking charge of people, or let's say if you're an owner of a business, you have to treat it like you're the president, right? You have to treat it like you're an actual leader. I don't want to get into any specifics, but I guess there was a time where someone that was in charge of something didn't really know what was going on, right? And a bunch of people were unhappy with the situation, and there was a disconnect between him and his people. You have to you have to try to not be like that. You have to try to, that's beautiful. You have to try to not be like that. You have to think, just put it into perspective. Think that's beautiful. You have to put it into perspective. Essentially, you are the president. That's how you have to think about it. Essentially, you are the president. And you can't just make a rash decision, right? Knowing that, it's going to make people unhappy, or not knowing that it's going to make people unhappy or happy at all, right? You put yourself in their shoes. And if there's no way that you can put yourself in their shoes, you have to get somebody that is in their shoes, that you trust, that you know and trust. This is how businesses fail. This is how people, leave a certain situation, putting you in detrimental, not detrimental danger, but you guys know what I mean. You are essentially your president, right? You have to treat it as such. You are the leader. You have to treat it as such. You have to carry yourself as such. I'm not saying hold votes and ballots, right? But there need to be checks and balances, because if you're a leader, you can't essentially be a dictator, right? You have to do things in a just manner, right? And that just manner may be against your own beliefs. That just matter may be something that you don't agree with, but it's better for the people, right? The president doesn't always agree with what's happening, right? You have to make the people happy. This is a population that you're in charge of, right? It's essentially a population that you're in charge of. You have to treat it as such. So, you guys know the analogy. Now, if you don't do this, a bunch of things can go wrong. Your business, right, your infrastructure could end up being in shambles just because you didn't know how to operate, just because you thought you were doing a good job. You are supposed to know, what's wrong and what's, right in your own business. There could be a mutiny, right? There could be a bunch of people saying that they don't like the situation, right? Let's say if they all leave at one time, or let's say if they all hold a strike on you off of whatever situation you're in. And what I'm saying doesn't apply to just one situation, right? what I'm saying could apply to multiple situations. You have to be smart enough to realize that and apply it to your certain circumstance, right? Just don't be one-track minded. This could be, let's say if you own an agency and you're just, cutting costs at every corner, like the culture's not there, right? You have to make sure like the people are happy in your business. The same thing goes for, let's say, a hotel business. The whole thing goes for like a restaurant business. You have to be aware of those things, and the best leaders, right, are the ones that are a little bit sensible, the ones that care too much about the situation, but isn't scared to lay down a hammer if need be, right? So you wanna, to get yourself in that position, right? Just notice these things, right? And the fact that you're listening to this video to this point, right, is a testament to yourself, because now that you're aware of this, now that you're aware of this, in every situation that you're in, and those of you that I'm talking to, you guys know who I'm talking to. Now that you're aware of the situation, right? Now everything that happens from now on is basically a learning experience. Since you are made aware of the situation, everything that happens from now on is a learning experience, right? Notice how your current leaders are not handling the situation right. Notice what they could be better. I guess make suggestions on, how things could be better, right? Try to, steer the crowd a little bit. It's basically like, there's a lot of things going into it. Crowd control, problem solving, calming the situation. There's literally a whole bunch of things going into it. But yeah, you have to realize that there are certain things that you have to do and what you can't do as a leader, right? Like I said, now that you're made aware of the situation, everything from now on is a learning curve. Enjoy the view.